So, while it was challenging, it was also really fun. I think I saw a hand over here. Yes.
Could you give us some lines from Sailor Jupiter in Sailor Jupiter's voice?
Sure. I'm trying to think of what some of my favorites have been from the new dub. Well, one of them, it's not so much the line, it's the circumstance, but it's an episode where Mako and them go ice skating, and they're like, yeah, we should go to this thing because for some reason groups of 5 get in for free, and like, and I remember we were like Jupiter kind of looks and she's like, groups of 5, really? And like for some reason that was like one of my favorites, just because it's like kind of meta, because it's like calling out how like that's kind of like a ridiculous like plot in the Dark Kingdom would be like, we will trick groups of 5, because then we will hopefully get Sailor Moon and her friends to show up. But one of my favorite lines was also recently. Some of you might be familiar with the talent line from the old dub. There's an episode where they're fighting about who should be Snow White in the play, and they're all giving their reasons. You know, one of them's like, well, I'm the leader, well, I'm this, I'm the fairest, and Jupiter, she like points at her chest, and she's like, well, I should be Sailor Moon, or not Sailor Moon, I should be Snow White because I've got the biggest boobs. And they're like, what? No, you don't. And she's like, and she flips her hair, and she's like, want to take measurements? So that was one of my favorites, because in the old version, I guess, when they edit it for kids, she's still pointing at her chest, but she says she has the most talent. So it's kind of been an ongoing joke. They're like, yeah, Jupiter's the most talented. I always wondered why there was like the boing sound effect. And then when we redubbed it, I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then I also enjoy, I like saying sparkling wide pressure. Like that's probably my favorite attack we've done so far. Can we do it or? Sure. Yeah, you're like, yes. Okay. It's like, sparkling wide pressure! So, yeah. I'm all the way up like, they're like, WTF. Sorry guys, fighting for love and justice in here. Anyway, those are my favorite noises to make though. Whenever I'm doing a video game or an anime, I love the battle noises, and I don't know why. But I guess it's because in real life, how often you get to be like, you know, like, it's always the ones where I'm getting punched in the stomach too. Like, I mean, hitting's fun too, where it's like, that's one thing I've learned. If you ever want to get into voice acting, Andrea Romano, she's like one of the most legendary directors for voice acting, just like Batman and all that, she taught us that to differentiate between throwing efforts, like when you're attacking and being hit, she says you add like a huh to the attacks and then kind of a to the getting hit. So if you're ever like want to impress anybody with your voice acting skills, just know that apparently if you're like throwing an attack and you're like huh, huh, that's throwing one, but getting hit, you just take away the huh, and it's you know. So they're probably like, what is happening? Do we need to come in here? No way.
No, we swear.
What time is it? Am I talking too long?
Everyone's fine.
15 minutes. Okay, I'm fine. In my head, yesterday my handler was like over there, and she didn't say anything the whole time, and then finally she raised her hand. I'm like, yes, you have a question, Rita? She's like, it's 5. And I was like, oh, okay. I was really excited. I thought she was going to ask me a question. So, yeah. Anybody have any questions? Nice, and he responded, because this was before he got too busy to do all that. But, so it's cool for him to be here, and I'm here too. It's so weird to be like, no, we're at the same convention. Isn't that cool, Kristen? Bill Lamar. I don't know. There's so many voice actors I respect, but like the ones off the top of my head right now are Jennifer Lawrence and Mary Elizabeth. They voiced a lot of people I loved growing up. Oh, Wendy Lee. Like, I don't know. I love everybody. Jennifer Hale. I mean, I love Jennifer Lawrence, but she's not a voice actor. No, J-Law. She's one of those people that I want to be my best friend. I think she's everybody's like want to be best friend. We'll have to fight. It'll be like the Hunger Games. Who gets to be J-Law's best friend? I will.